Vincent, good morning. Yes, good morning.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Yes, I'm well, thank you.
Oh, it's good. It's good to talk. Finally, I have.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Finally?
Oh well, it's been a few weeks now. We've missed each other, and I've sort of gone. After our last session, I mean, I was on such an up from it, and I crashed.
I'm sorry to cut across you there, but you cancelled twice.
Yeah.
On our scheduled sessions, yes.
Yes. Well, I'm just sort of having this whole Anita Biard incident, and my supervisor has really sort of got quite really taken it on himself to make sure I'm involved in the whole investigation into why there was still a date pip in the scone. So it's just sort of escalated.
So again, sorry to cut across you, but is that why you cancelled?
Well, I cancelled that day because I had to go for a meeting, and then I offered to drive my supervisor to the dentist for his final checkup. And, of course, the tooth, they had to take the rest of the tooth out, and so he's got a big gap in his teeth, his front teeth, and it's not a great look because he's doing, he's sort of head of school, and it's just embarrassing. And the reason why I took the plate over to him was because he'd actually the night before broken his finger taking off a sock. So so he had his finger in a cast, and that was the reason why I took the plate over with the scones. And then now, so he's got his middle finger is permanently upright, and he's got a big gap in his teeth. So it's not a great look for a leader.
Yeah. And and is it just on that? Is it scones or scones?
We call it scones. We call it scones.
So you prefer. I'm just going to note that down because that's very important. But do go on. But the second time that you cancelled was because.
Well, I had an anxiety because I was so sort of buoyant and up, and I felt because I felt like, well, kind of way my fawning had worked, because now I was dealing directly with part of the leadership group. But then I had an anxiety attack about the whole thing. So now, and because I was sort of anxious about it all. So it's just sort of an ongoing thing.
Okay, all right. So look. Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And look, if you were paying for the sessions, I'd have to charge you for the sessions that you've missed, particularly if we were in the Freudian school. But we're not, and you're not, so it doesn't matter. But it's really important that we do stick to our schedule, obviously, just for the for the rhythm and the technique, obviously. We really should start the session proper. So first of all, no harm, self-harm. You mentioned a finger in a cast. That's not yours. That's someone else's. Not yours.
That's someone else's. Yes. Yes. That's that's not mine. No, all good on that front.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, good. Oh goodness.
Well, what should I do about this anxiety I've felt with work?
Well,
because I've tried to reframe it. I've tried to use all those kind of skills.
Yes. Yes. You obviously you've tried, and look, you even just before you brought up fawning again, and you talked about that as something that you've been, in fact, I think it was something that was the award, and then I've been going over my notes, and I actually wanted to raise this with you, that I've spoken to Michael about the Mentalympics, and he's I was hoping he could join us. He was hoping as well, but he's very busy continuing to scout.
And what did he say?
Well, please allow me to finish. What he said was,
yes. Yes. I allow you to finish.
Thank you. Right.
Yes. Yes.
So I talked to him about the situation that you were in.
Yes.
And the life skills that you've been practicing.
Yes.
And the situation. Well, the things that had happened with the tooth and.
Yeah.
And there were the things that resonated for him were the events in the Mentalympics, and there's some bad news and there's some good news. Now it's the first thing. So the thing that you were nominated for, which is fawning.
Yes.
This is the bad news. Is not an event in the Mentalympics, unfortunately.
Right.
Not yet. And that's because the RSPCA objected to it. But the Mentalympics committee is objecting to the objection. So there's work underway. So hopefully next year. And maybe by the time that you get your nomination, it'll certainly help you.
But RSPCA is for animals.
Well, yes, of course, yes. But yes.
Yes.
But the objection was taken on board and has to be, responded to in good faith. Yes. So that's the bad news.
Yes.
But the good news is that gaslighting, which is the other life skill that you've been practicing, is an event at the Mentalympics.
Oh my God!
Which is great. The caveat is that it has to be supervised.
Yes.
By a certified electrician.
Right. Yes, that makes sense, actually.
Yes,
that makes absolute sense. Well, that is good. That's good news, I think, because a lot of our leadership team at the institution I work for are mentors in gaslighting. So I'm getting a lot of experience in that.
Yes.
Because they all practice it. They're professionals in practicing that.
Well, so that's it. And so I thought, obviously with fawning, that's going to take a while, maybe next year.
Yeah.
But with gaslighting, that's an avenue, and that's what I was talking to Michael about. And with the supervision, and we talked about potentially getting into some kind of team event. Obviously, with conflict of interest and all that sort of stuff. But with the supervision and certification,
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know that I do have a certificate in
Yes.
in electricity supply,
Oh.
which qualifies me.
Really?
To be the supervisor for the gaslighting event at the
Right.
Mentalympics. Yes. So should you qualify, then
Yes.
I could be your supervisor, and I believe that would obviate any conflict of interest because we have not dealt with each other in a professional capacity from an electricity supply point of view.
Yes. Could you ask Michael? I mean, I know he's very busy. I know you're busy, but could you ask Michael if cajoling will ever become?
I'll note that down. Yes.
Cajoling. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's great news. Well, I mean, look, I could get you as my supervisor. I've got my mentors at my the institution I work at. They're more professional, but I'll still maintain amateur status.
Absolutely, no, and that's very important, as Michael said. And look, our time is almost up, but I think we should maybe have a workshop, but strictly off the record. Like we can't discuss it. It'll have to be not discussed. On not even WhatsApp, whatever those channels that the folks who are at war use, can't be traced. But do send me a message on one of those if you can find me. Look, our time is almost up.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Michael. That's sort of I feel a bit lighter now. That's really good news and something to look forward to.
There's a lot of positivity there. That's great, yes. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yes. All right, well, take care. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.